Hello my friends, welcome to Clarity in the Chaos. My name is Tammy, and on this channel I like to share all of my crazy mental and physical ups and downs that I face along this lifelong battle of obesity. So if that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to like this video on the way in and subscribe if you're new for more videos like this one to inspire you. To get started.
Let's be in the present. I don't want to sweat it. I just want to start all over. Just want to start all over. All over.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm so glad that you stopped to check in on me. This is the end of week 13 of my Tirzepatide journey. I am taking compounded Tirzepatide through Brello Health. It's the same kind of medication that they have like in Zepbound and Mounjaro, but I buy it from a compounding pharmacy, and the link to that pharmacy is in the About section below if you're interested in trying it yourself. It's the best price that I could find out on the interwebs, and I ended up liking them so much that I asked to become a Brello partner. So now I actually work for them making ad content, but I also do use the product and it's going really well for me, and I have been very grateful that I have found it. Before that, my story is that I began this channel after losing 100 pounds on a keto diet, and I decided I was going to share all about what I was learning in order to help people to be able to lose weight. And that's kind of why I'm still talking about my weight loss, even though keto didn't end up being a long-term fix for me. I wanted to be able to share every single thing that I try in order to maintain weight loss. I just realized that fighting obesity is going to be something that I'm never going to not do. And there's going to be times where I have regain, and there's going to be times where I'm losing. And I always want to share as much as I can so that people can feel seen, that people can feel like there are other people out there like themselves, and that they can feel some sort of community in this battle, because it's really, really difficult. At first, I didn't really want to research GLP-1s. I just kind of brushed it off. I didn't really want to know about them. I wasn't interested in using them. I was like, keto is working, it's free. But then keto wasn't working anymore. Ever since I had my skin removal surgery in 2021, I've just been putting weight on. Until the beginning of this year, I put on 30 more pounds, bringing me to a whopping total of 90 pounds since I had my surgery, which is crazy high. So that's why I decided to start investigating GLP-1 medications and decided to try them myself. And I've just been shocked at more and more things that I'm finding out about them and what they can do to help us. It's kind of brilliant, actually. So I keep saying, like, even if I wasn't losing any weight at all, I'd probably still take this medication because of how much it has helped me with my brain. Calming down my ADHD, calming down my anxiety, helping me to feel relaxed for the first time in my life. Like, it has been literally astounding, the difference. And when it starts to wear off, I really get scared because I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to living with a brain that feels out of control and crazy all of the time. So people say that it kills the food noise, but for me, it kills all the noise, and it makes all the difference for me in every facet of my life. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking about week 13 and how it went, whether or not I lost any weight. I didn't do my measurements. I totally forgot, so I won't be talking about that. And I hardly exercised this week, at least nothing that I could track besides my clogging class. So I'm probably not going to talk about my steps in this video either. It seems like when I talk about my steps, people have something to say because I'm not getting enough. And honestly, I'm just doing the best that I can. And that's all that I can do. I know that people mean well when they comment things, so I try to tell myself that. And honestly, on the GLP-1, I'm much more calm than I used to be. I'm sure many of you who've battled with me in the comments can attest to the fact that I seem a lot more chill. But you know what? I've always been honest on this channel, and I've always been myself. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that. I think that there's nothing wrong with wanting people to see you for who you really are and not pretend to be somebody fake on the internet just for views. Honestly, like, I just want to share what I'm doing so that people know that there are other people out there that are fighting these daily battles and winning sometimes. And I want to win, let's be honest. But in all reality, I realize that I probably will struggle. There will be times where I'll struggle even now that I've found the GLP-1 medication. Maybe it'll stop working at some point. Maybe I'll go crazy again. Maybe I'll have to find something else that's better or that will work better. And I hope that in the future, science will come out with more and more things that can help people like me who just really fight with their own selves to be healthy. And it's really, really an exhausting way to live, let's be honest. And trying to do these videos is sometimes overwhelming. And just a mini update, if you've been watching and following my videos, my son who was sick in the hospital in Ecuador, he's on a mission. We talked to him yesterday and they have actually made him a trainer. He's so happy. He's wanted to be a trainer probably for the last 2 or 3 months. And he's glad that he gets to be like someone who helps someone else, because just like me, he thrives in a position of helping someone else and like training someone else and being kind of the leader in the pack and not feeling like the one who's always doing something wrong. So I'm so happy he is feeling a lot better. The medications have kicked the bug that he had and he is doing really, really well. But now he is in an area that is really, really dangerous with lots of gangs shooting each other, and I'm trying not to think about that part. He seems confident, and so I'm just going to relax and stop worrying about him and go back to letting him do his thing. But it was really nice hearing from him yesterday. So I know that a lot of you probably were worried about him because the last couple of weeks I've been really concerned, but he's doing great. So on to week 13 and my update. Let's just get into it quickly. I don't really have a lot to say this week, to be honest. So maybe I'll talk a little about what the week was like kind of as I go through the calories maybe. Those of you who've been watching probably know that I went up to 6.6 milligrams last week, and this is my second week on 6.6 milligrams of Tirzepatide. And I kind of thought that it was going to be a really good week because I'm not ovulating, I don't have any hormonal things, I'm not on my period. This is usually the week that I like drop water weight and I show what I actually lost on the scale. So I guess that probably sounds like I'm leading up to something a little bit disappointing, but I'm trying not to be disappointed about it because I know that this is a long time thing and every little bit matters, but it's still kind of frustrating. Okay, so Tuesday of last week, I was down to 241.8, which I was really, really happy about and excited. But then the next day, just like the week before, I jumped back up. Ironically, didn't jump quite as far up, I guess, but it's just, sometimes it's frustrating. And people say like, don't weigh every day, but I do that for several reasons. Number one is so that I can get an average of my weights per week so that I can see if I'm trending down over time. Also, I like to have like the lowest weight of the week because maybe that will make me feel like that's where my progress is. So, and then of course we have the Tuesday to Tuesday weights. So that's kind of what I fill everybody in on when I'm doing these updates. And yeah, anyway, so I went back up to 243.2 on Wednesday and then 242.5 and then back down to 241.2. Got really excited. That was also, I think, Friday, and I had Nutcracker pictures Friday and Saturday. I try really hard not to stand. I usually sit a lot. Now that I'm getting older, I cannot stand and bend over and pose kids anymore. And I was sick. I actually got a really bad cold that got worse and worse until Friday. And so I don't know, I got really, really, really dehydrated, whatever. It went back up a pound to 242.5 on Saturday. And then on Monday, I went back down to 41.8, which is where I started the week before. And then yesterday, I freaking saw 240.3. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. And I thought for sure that today I was going to be even lower and that I was going to see the 230s. But alas, 241.4. Which, if you go just week to week, is only a 0.4. I shouldn't say only. I'm always telling people, don't say only. It is, hallelujah, a 0.4 pound, 0.4 pounds weight loss for the week. If I go by my average and I add all of those weights up, I get an average of 241.8, which is down 0.7 from my average from last week. If I go from my lowest weight last week, which was 241, to my lowest weight this week, which was 240.3, that's still 0.7. So this is the third week in a row that I have basically only lost a half a pound. Oh, I just said only again. Oh my gosh. It's really hard not to do that. I totally get it. I totally get why people do that. Because like when you're feeling kind of disappointed, it's hard not to say only. I lost a half a pound every week for the last 3 weeks. That's a pound and a half that I lost. I don't need to beat myself up about it. But in all reality, I was pretty disappointed this morning when I got on the scale. I usually don't get too emotional about it. Like, I'm not like crying or anything. I'm just like, what? Come on. And I know that because I'm on here, it's a little bit more pressure because I feel like, okay, a lot of people don't understand the medication. They don't understand how it works at all. And even people who've been taking it for years, a lot of them don't understand. That is what I am learning. I know more about like the GLP-1s and how they work probably than most people because I went on a hyperfixation binge and figured out a lot of stuff and watched a lot of stuff about it. And so it's kind of weird because people still view me as kind of a noob, but I'm probably less of a noob than most people who've been on it for like over a year because most people just take it and they don't really worry about how it works other than they know that their appetite is suppressed and they know that their digestion slows down and that they know that they don't have food noise bugging them to go and eat all the time. But there's just so much more to it than that. And I just try to remind myself that just because I know how they work doesn't mean that they work like magic. And I have to remind people on here it's hard because like there's a lot of people like wanting to see you lose weight and it's disappointing to them when you don't. And that's not even fun at all because like I don't want to disappoint anybody. Let's be honest. But in all reality, I can't control my body and what it does. The only thing I can control is how much medication I take, how I feel on the medication, like what I choose to do to like make myself feel good, and how I fuel my body with the food that I feel like eating and the food that my body needs, and to stay in a calorie deficit. And to be honest, like it's been harder to stay in a calorie deficit than I thought it would be. Like most people that come on, they talk about how they just can't eat anything because they feel so bad. But the problem is that when I feel bad, my gut reaction is always to eat. And so I'm finding it difficult to keep a really steep calorie deficit like I did when I was on keto, which made it go so quickly. I also have to remind myself that by the time I got to 242 or 241, when I was on my original weight loss journey, my weight loss per week had drastically slowed, and it was definitely not like a ton of weight loss either. So I just have to remind myself that it's the long game that we're shooting for, and if it takes longer, then it takes longer. It is what it is. And in all honesty, like the medication just makes me happy. It makes me feel so relaxed and calm. I mean, I've just been sitting here just like in this chair for probably over an hour. I'm supposed to be filming, and yet I just sat here and I just felt good. And today's my shot day. I'm supposed to be taking my shot today. And I really only had one day this week that I was struggling. Maybe I was just not feeling very like satisfied. Like, I don't know. It was on Sunday, and I think that was just because I was plumb exhausted from photographing. So I photographed from 3 p.m. Well, that didn't include setup. So we had to set up at 1. We got it there at 1:30, but that didn't include like packing everything up. We got there on Friday, and I do mean me and Dave because we're like a team. He helps me set up everything, and he takes all of the money and deals with the crazy dance moms so that I don't have to, which is brilliant. I appreciate that. He's a good man. We've been doing this together for, I think it was 2011 or 2010 that we started this business of doing dance photography. Maybe it was 2011. I think it was 2011. I don't know for sure. I began photography in general. I opened my business in 2007, and it was a few years after that. Anyway, that's all that to say that Dave's amazing. So we had to set up from about 1:30 to 3:30. We started shooting around 3:30, and we finished up at 9:15. So yeah, so like we were going from 1:30 to 9:15 with one dinner break. And then the next day I had to get there by 9:30, and I had to be in full regalia, which if you watch the video tomorrow, you will get to see my stunning look for Nutcracker, which is pretty epic, I have to say. I am Mother Ginger. You know, the kind of buffoon lady who sits upon the top of a very large skirt and lets all the little candies come out from under her skirt and dance. And she's just, you know, all of that. And, you know, like I showed up for picture day with like full makeup and I had to get all dressed. I had this huge tall wig. I mean, wait till you see it. I have this huge tall wig. Like, it's probably like 1.5 feet tall pink wig. And I had my makeup done up and everything. And the girl that was helping me like take my own pictures, which, you know, I have to take my own pictures. And I wasn't even first. I had to photograph 2 classes before I even got to do my own, which is funny. But she was helping me and she was just like, why have we never asked you to do this part? You are like amazing. And I'm like, I know. What can I say? I am uber dramatic and makeup is my thing. But I mean, the reason I always wondered that myself, to be honest. I kept thinking like, why am I like just like Clara's mother? Why am I not the crazy buffoon Mother Ginger? So anyway, I get to be that this year. So come back tomorrow and check out the vlog because that's going to be a lot of fun. I did show my makeup and I've had Dave film me spin in the dress for you so that you got to see the whole shebang and did my pictures. And then I had to quickly change and then photograph kids. I think we finished up at 7:30 p.m., which is early for us, but I only got one break, 1 30-minute lunch break. I didn't even get a pee break. I had to like go pee while they were posing kids and hope that the kids stayed in the background and didn't ruin anything until I got back from the bathroom. So I guess it's kind of a miracle that I didn't gain more weight because I had to eat fast food. In fact, I had to eat fast food 3-4 days this week. I don't even know. And so like, I guess I better be grateful for small things. I was grateful for my Ayuga leggings because I was able to wear compression, which probably helped with swelling not happen in my legs. I was grateful for the people who know me and who are comfortable with me as an ADHD autistic human and go out of their way to try and make sure that I don't get overstimulated and that I have plenty of helpers, that I have a place to sit, and that, you know, if I need water or whatever, they're usually pretty good about it, though I didn't drink nearly enough and I'm still dehydrated. My lips are still dry. Because I was also sick and my voice was gone and I was like talking like raspy, trying to, please move your foot. You need to bevel your foot. Drop your heel. Kick higher. It was terrible. It's fine. And now I have 3 weeks of editing photos ahead of me, which means I'm going to be sitting in this chair a lot. And it's hard. It's hard. I asked them, I'm like, when am I going to get to retire from this job? I'm starting to wonder if I want to keep doing this forever. But they were basically like, never. I'm like, okay. Oh. So I guess I better get skinny then because I cannot be overweight and do this job. No, I cannot. Not be old as well. I will be 51 on November 30th, by the way. My birthday is coming up. I'm going to go see Wicked again. I saw the first half on my birthday last year, and this year I'm going to go again. That'll be fun. Oh my gosh, here I go. Ah, squirrel! Like I said earlier, I forgot to do my measurements. I try, you guys. I don't know why. It never even occurred to me. Just was so not even on my whatever. I'm sure I probably lost inches. But let's go over my calories really quick. I felt like I started off the week kind of strong. My goal was 1,500 calories. I tried to drop it another 100 because I've now lost 24. I'm going by the lowest weight when I say that because that would be 24 pounds because I was 264.3 when I started, I think. And so I'm going with 24 because, you know, why not? Like, give me my lowest weight. I need every ounce. So I've lost 24, and so I needed to readjust my TDEE, which is basically your daily expenditure of calories for existing and your light, or I always say sedentary, which puts me about 2,100 calories. And so to get my deficit of 700 calories, I was trying really hard to hit 1,500 or less. But, you know, I mean, best laid plans. So the first day, which was last Tuesday, which was shot day, I did 1560, and then the next day, which was really the only day that I got a lower calorie number this entire week, I hit 1370, but I only hit 116 grams of protein, so it wasn't the best day. Then I went back up to 1522 and then 1506. But then on Saturday, because I ended up having to eat out twice, and I got a sub from a local place, they put like olive oil, on it, I guess. And I guess that stuff has a lot of calories, which I didn't really realize. It's like it was like an $800 calorie sandwich. $800 calorie. Feels like $800. 800 calorie sandwich. And then I also had like dinner, I think, on the way home. What did we end up having? Oh, wings. I couldn't decide what I wanted to eat, but I was literally starving by the time we finished, and literally just like so dehydrated and miserable and just like exhausted. And it was only 7:30, so I was like, we got to get some food. So I ended up eating wings and a big salad with ranch. Like, I was starving. I ate all of it. I didn't think I could. So that put me at 1928. And of course, it's just not really fully tracking, but because I don't even know if I did the sandwich right, to be honest, like whatever. But ended up with 1928. And then Sunday I ate leftovers that were from Friday night that I didn't eat, and hit 1809. And that was the day I was really struggling. I was just not satisfied. My carbs were really high that day, higher than they had been. 139, and I think maybe it was because I just ate leftover noodles that didn't have chicken in it anymore, because I picked at it on Friday and didn't finish it. I don't know, because I thought, oh no, the meds are already starting to wear off, and it's like Sunday, and I don't want to take an extra bolus, or I don't want to add any more because it's Sunday. But then I don't know, like, the next day I did eat a lot, but that was because I really wanted steak and potato. And when Dave made me the steak and potato, I literally thought that I wouldn't be able to eat all of that steak. And then I literally wolfed it down. All of the steak, all of the potatoes, sour cream, butter, and some frozen peas. I ate it all, and it was so good. And that was the best I've eaten food since I got on this stuff. Like, the most satisfied I had felt. That was so tasty. I guess I really wanted some stinking steak. But I thought that I wouldn't digest, and it totally did. Like, I was not starving the next morning, but I definitely didn't have any like side effects this week. Like, nothing. Maybe the day after, I think I might have had some nausea if I remember right. But like, yeah, I did. I was kind of little oogie. Like, I think it was like Wednesday and Thursday. But then by Friday and Saturday, I was fine, which is good because I had to do that big photography stuff. And then Sunday, I don't know, was exhausted. It was exhausted. And then Monday, I was fine. But I ate 1809 calories because I had that big dinner. And it's just what I wanted. It's what Dave bought. And so that's what I had. And yesterday, I went back to normal. But I didn't quite get all the way down to 1500. I was at 1639. And I didn't finish my dinner last night. Like, I had made myself my regular dinner that I've been eating all of this time. And I didn't eat the rice. It tasted boring to me. What I had really wanted was a steak and potato, but I couldn't find where Dave put the steaks. So it would have been way higher if I'd found them. And right now, I want a steak and potato again. Maybe I'm low in iron or something. I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, excuse me. Bless me. Okay. I haven't wanted beef, like, at all since I started this. And now all of a sudden I want beef. So who the heck knows what my brain is doing and why it does what it did. But my average for the week was 1619, which is only 120 over or 119 over what I was planning on getting. It is, though, a huge raise from last week. Last week it was down to an average of 1,476, which was killer awesome. And then today this week I was back up to 1619. But most of that is because I was doing out of the ordinary things. I'll probably get back into doing regular things now that I'm just going to be sitting here editing for 3 weeks. I do have some practices and things for the Nutcracker, but Nutcracker's not going to get really going until after Thanksgiving, and then it will be into full crazy. I'm really glad my birthday's on a Sunday because I usually have to do Nutcracker stuff on my birthday, and I'm glad that I don't have to again this year. And I want to have popcorn. I'm probably going to do that at the end of the month. So here's hoping that I will be able to, like, lose a little bit of weight so that I won't feel nervous about doing that on my birthday, because I don't want to feel like I will waylay myself, like right in the holidays. I want to lose weight through the holidays. I'm not like going to go off my GLP-1 to enjoy the holidays more. In fact, most likely I will end up raising my dose. I estimate by the time I get to my birthday that I will probably be raising my dose to 7.5 or 8.8. We're going to do 6.6 again this week and see how it goes, because today I feel good. Like, I don't feel crazy in my head. I don't feel overwhelmed with my jobs that I have to do. I don't feel like anything's going too wrong, or like, I don't know. I just feel good. And for me, that's what matters. It doesn't matter how much weight I lose. It doesn't matter, even if I get hungry or not. Satiated, the satiation thing is kind of tricky for me. It just depends. If that had gone on, I might be saying something different. But if I'm feeling calm, then it is still working. And maybe I just need to tweak my dietary choices. Maybe I should exercise more. Like, I didn't exercise this week. I did not do anything but my clogging class. I did not go for walks. I did not get on the treadmill, not even once. Tried to this morning, which wouldn't even be in this week's video anyway, because I got this super cute outfit from Ayuga. Wait till you see it next week. It's so cozy and comfy, and I got some stuff and I'm going to be showing you guys next week for the Black Friday sale, which, wink wink, you should definitely check out because it's going to be amazing. I should probably not tell you, but it's going to be good. So don't miss next week's vlog, because I'm going to be sharing my Ayuga haul, including this super cozy outfit. And I was like inspired to get on the treadmill. And I had just started walking on the treadmill when my grandson showed up. I tried walking holding my grandson on the treadmill. And I will tell you what, like, I don't know, that kid is not even very heavy. He's probably not even as heavy as some of the weighted vests I see some people wearing. And oh my heck, I made it like less than 10 minutes holding that kid. And I cannot walk on the treadmill while my grandson is here. He is obsessed with the thing. I have to literally steal the safety and put it somewhere else, because he's not even 2, and he knows that you have to stick the safety on there to make the thing work. I don't know how he figured that out. Probably the girls showed him. I don't know. But he can't be around me while I'm walking. I don't want to be like accidentally hurting my little grandbaby. So I had to put it away, and I brought the safety thing upstairs so that they can't turn it on. He's still here though. And so that's the thing, is like, he's here most of the day on Tuesdays, even though I'm up here doing all my work and everything and just leaving them down there. His mom's still here too. My daughter is here, but she was gone when I was watching him. Regardless, I've hardly done any exercise, and I mean, other than, standing up, posing kids, I mean, like, that was a lot of work. I'm sure that if I had had a tracking watch of some kind, I would have gotten a lot of steps and a lot of standing hours. Because even though I tried to make myself sit down, I don't always, follow my own advice. So that is it, I guess. I am excited about how I'm feeling. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm really praying that this next week, the 6.6 will do good for me again. Do well for me, do good for me, do well for me, do well for me. I don't know. I hope that it will do well for me again. I guess that's what I settled on. So I will be doing that tonight, and looking forward to week 14. I can't even believe we're to this point. And maybe week 14 will be the week that the scale finally moves into the next weight decade. Here's hoping, because in all honesty, I'm pretty sure I was in the 230s at the beginning of this year. Yeah, I was. And I gained that weight so fast, and it feels so slow coming off. But if you really think about it, I gained, 10 pounds a month, and I've been losing less than that. But still, like, I don't know. I think it's way easier to gain than it is to lose. Really, if you look at the last month of time, I think that I've only lost like 3.6. I said only. I think that I've lost 3.6 pounds in the last month. Whereas the first 2 months was more like, a lot more. So I'm trying not to get discouraged, just doing what I know how to do, and I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm in for the long haul here, and hopefully you guys aren't bored. That's the only thing I worry about, is that if I don't lose a lot of weight, you will be bored. But it is what it is. I have no control over that. I'm just going to keep doing what I can do and keep letting you know what that is. So I hope you guys are all doing well, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow with the vlog so you can see my amazing makeup and amazing costume. I hope you enjoy it. And we will talk to you all again soon.
Follow me from the past into the future. We don't need any bags or any pastors. Let's be in the present. I don't wanna sweat it. I just wanna start all